Hey guys, today I'm gonna talk about 10 ways for you to instantly become more interesting. Welcome back to Gent's Lounge. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, do it now. Subscribe, like, comment, all those good things. If you haven't entered our 75K giveaway, you have a few days left to do it. I will have a link to that down below in the description. We're giving away tons of stuff, boots, colognes, pocket squares, tie bars, all good stuff. Click the link below, check it out. And now on to 10 ways to become more interesting. Now, if you're watching this video, you obviously have an interest in becoming more interesting. So today I'm just gonna talk about a few little tips and tricks and things to talk about that will make you seem even more interesting, even if you're not the most interesting person right now. But also some of the things are things to work towards for the future. So up first, explore. Learn as much as you can, learn new things, travel, you gotta get outside your box basically. So try something new, do new things every once in a while, so then you will have something to talk about. Which brings me to number 2, share your experiences when the time is right. Now we all have that friend who brings up his trip to Rome when no one is talking about Italy or Rome, maybe someone's talking about pizza. But when the time is right, bring up your experiences so you seem, like you've been there, you know a little bit about the situation. And you don't have to go super in depth, you just have to say maybe a few words to let people know you've been there, done that, and that in turn will make you seem a little more interesting. All right guys, number 3 on the list, probably the easiest one to do, and that is pick interesting places to meet. So if you have a business meeting or a date, pick an interesting cafe, an interesting restaurant, because if the surroundings are interesting, it will give you stuff to talk about, it'll bring up conversations, and you kind of get your creative juices or your romantic juices flowing when you're in an interesting spot like that. All right guys, number 4 on the list, just listen. People love to talk about themselves. Supposedly it triggers the same things in the brain that receiving money and gifts does. So honestly, if you can just sit back, listen intently, respond with good educated questions to what they're saying to you, you will seem a little bit more interesting. All right guys, number 5 on the list, embrace your weirdness. And I know this might be hard for some people, but a lot of things that I do that I think people find interesting because they would never think that I would do those things are very weird. Like, I took dance classes from when I was 4 to when I was 12. I did tap, jazz, and ballet because my mom was a dancer and she put me in dance classes. I happen to have very good balance now because of it, so thank you, Mom. I also rode BMX bikes. I listened to punk rock and hardcore music. Things that I think people that wear suits and ties would most likely consider a weird thing. So, embrace your weirdness because you'll have an extra dimension to kind of hold a conversation with that people might not know about, and maybe somebody can learn something from you. All right guys, up next on the list, have a purpose. When people ask you kind of what you do, if you just say, oh, I'm an accountant or I do this, that's kind of your job. But if you have like a passion or something that you really care about, like for Gent's Lounge, it is making guys better guys. And that has always been our passion and our goal. And I can talk about it for hours. And hopefully people actually want to hear what I have to say when I talk about it. But I do think that having, some passion and some purpose to your life will definitely help you carry on an interesting conversation with someone much more than if you kind of hate your life and don't really have anything that you're working towards or working to. All right guys, and number 7 on the list, have 3 good stories. I mean, we all have those stories that we tell over and over again. Hopefully you are in different friend groups when you are telling these stories. But if you have 3 really good stories that kind of pertain to different situations, it will make your life a lot easier because you've practiced telling them a bunch of times. You know the story front to back. You know how to deliver the story so it either gets the reaction that you want or the laughs that you want. A little tip for the stories, guys, if you can make them about someone you know or people in general, it will be a little bit more interesting than kind of, the new technology on your camera or the new, iPhone that just came out. Just a little pro tip. All right guys, up next on the list, make your own statement. If you can wear something that kind of constantly invokes a conversation or wants someone to come up and talk to you, that will make you more interesting. So I wear this ring all the time. It's a silver horseshoe ring, and I get a lot of compliments on it. I get a lot of questions about it. So it's a good, interesting conversation starter for people that can come up and easily say, oh, I like your ring. Super simple. You guys can do this with, you know, a nice lapel flower or a lapel pin that makes some sort of a statement, or just maybe a bold pocket square or a bold watch or some nifty shoes. You know, people love shoes. So, you know, if you have a sick pair of wingtips on, somebody's gonna come up to you and say, yo, I like your shoes. They're gonna wanna talk to you just a little bit more. All right, guys, up next on the list, stop listening to the haters. Anyone that is going to tell you that something won't work or you can't do something or anything like that is not going to make you more interesting, because you're going to subdue yourself. So, you know, if you have good ideas and you have things that you want to try out, try them out. You know, there's a group of people that will accept you for what you're doing, and there's going to be a group that's going to hate on you for what you're doing. But if you believe in it, then it doesn't matter who hates and who likes it, because it's for you. And if you like it, that's really all that matters. All right, guys, and last but not least, surround yourself with interesting people. The more interesting people, or people that you find personally interesting that you can surround yourself with, you will have much better conversations. You will become more interesting. You'll want to do things that your interesting friends do. So if you can find people that are more interesting than you and hang out with them, you're going to become more interesting yourself. So hope that was interesting, guys. Hopefully, pun intended. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like us on Instagram at Gents Lounge, hashtag your pictures, hashtag Gents Lounge, and leave us a comment, like this video, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. Cheers.